Alright, so here's another video of a different fish tank. This is a Fluval 13.5 EVO. This is my Betta, and I just thought I would videotape him eating. I don't know if anyone has ever seen a Betta eat peas before, but excuse my finger there. Normally, yeah, Bettas are carnivorous, I believe. They'll eat shrimp pellets, insects, and all sorts of different little animals. But I put some peas in there, and you'll see a little bit later in this video that he has a great time picking at it, wrestling with it a little bit, and ultimately eating it for breakfast. It's a beautiful Betta. I've had him for a little while now. His color just keeps getting better. His fins show no signs of wear or raggedness. These are the other fish. I've had all these fish for well over a year. This tank was heavily planted at one time. The plants were literally growing up and out of the sides of the aquarium, and I had to trim everything back as I ended up getting like a hair algae that just continuously took over the tank. So I'm really in the process of just kind of starting over with the plants and enjoying being able to see the fish. When the tank was heavily planted, these fish basically just swam around in the plants, and as beautiful as that looked, I really didn't get to see them as much as I do now. As you can see, this Betta has no problem just hanging out right in front. He likes to display, I guess, for anyone who might be watching. There's several cherry shrimp in here. I think he hunts them down. The smaller ones probably get picked off by him, but the population seems to be holding up. There were more before I got him, but he's kind of picked off at the colony. I have some more tanks. I have a tank upstairs that I could probably move a male and a female shrimp into, and let them colonize. That's probably what I will do, because eventually I think the Betta will try to take down all of them, all except the largest. There's also dario in this tank. I have 4. I've had them for well over a year. Originally I had 5. One just is gone. There was never any sign of him missing, or I didn't find a body or a carcass for that matter. He's just no longer here. For all I know, he could be living in the filter somewhere. I've seen them swim in and out. There he goes, eating the pea. Just biting off pieces of it. They're all eating it. Again, peas are really good for a number of reasons. They definitely have protein in them. They're not real high in fat. Also, if you feel like your fish are getting bloated, maybe you've overfed your fish. Everybody does it. From the beginner to the advanced expert hobbyist, everyone overfeeds their fish. Everyone loves to see them eat. When you see your fish eating to you, that's a sign of accomplishment, that you're doing your job, that you're keeping your fish nice and healthy, that they are healthy, they're happy. But the truth is, they don't need to eat that much. And we all know that. So feeding them peas is a way to get them to eat, and it also kind of acts like a natural little regulation for their digestive system. It helps move things through. The peas don't stay in their system long, and if there is a situation where you may have some bloat developing or some type of blockage from overfeeding, Peas are a great way to get everything moving out of your fish's system, and keeping them nice and healthy. Also, peas break down in your fish tank. They don't cause as much of a disturbance with your nitrogen cycle as you would with overfeeding regular flake food or brine shrimp or bloodworms, pellets. A lot of those foods have a lot of high fat. Pellets and flakes have a lot of unnecessary fillers in them, and that breaks down in your system, that breaks down in your fish, and overall it's not quite as healthy. So it's great to supplement with peas. Shrimp will eat them. There's a dario right there. He's, like I said, I've had him for over a year. There are 4 of them in there. Their bodies are nice and rounded. They eat well. They eat brine shrimp. They probably eat little baby shrimp. They probably eat insects that I don't see, or worms, or any other tiny little organism that we can't see. There's snail eggs in there. There's another stinkless, cherry barbs, neon tetras, a sunburst platy that I had him for about 5 years. There are glow light tetras in there. There's a cherry shrimp. I've had these shrimp for a couple of years now. Beautiful. If you haven't done a planted tank ever, or kept shrimp, I recommend it. It's a different side to the aquarium hobby that people don't see often. When you typically start off with fish, you just buy a tank, fill it with water, get all the prettiest fish you can find, load it with artificial plants and rocks, and that's kind of what the hobby wanted you to do in the first place. Spend a lot of money. Why not colonize your tank with live plants and shrimp and little fish that enjoy all the natural life that you can put in it? A planted tank will take care of itself. Shrimp will clean up the mess, and they'll multiply. Give them the right conditions and they will multiply. They love Java moss. They'll eat it, they'll live in it, they'll hide in it. Well, again, thank you for tuning into my channel. If you have any questions about this tank, or about shrimp, or dario, or bettas, you see these beautiful bettas sitting in little cups at the pet store or even department stores. It's horrible. Do your part and take one and give it a good home. Don't just keep it in a cup or a bowl. Give it a good home, because they're just going to sit in those stores and those cups and die. If you don't take them, at least one, at least you're doing your part to save at least one of them. Alright everybody, time for me to walk my dog in the snow. Enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you.